Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. You know what time it is. This is your sister, Vicki Dillard, your sister with the curly braids. We're so pleased that you have joined me today, beloved. As you come in, be sure to come in giving us a big thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and be sure to share the broadcast, family. I wanted to just do a quick drive by real briefly because I know there's so much in the media. I've certainly been missing some of you, family. On the count of three, I want you to hit that thumbs up button and share the broadcast, okay? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, share, share. Share, 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 share. Thank you so very much, dear family. Yes, 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 yes. Now, family, I want to have a very brief conversation with the family. How many of you all heard about what your U.S. Congress has been up to? What do I mean? Let me read to you from this piece from the New York Times. Now, I'm going to read you a little bit of the basics. Shout out to the family that's popping on in the building. It's so good to see you, family. Our moderators are highlighted in blue. Hey, Aquarius 79. They're going to be putting important information in the chat as well as engaging. And at the top of the chat, you should see a link to my website pin. I linked the website because I want you to join my email list because I am doing a free, powerful, exclusive, but limited mastermind. I said it's free. It's not one dime. I want you to get on my email list because when my team sends out the link and send you information to attend, I don't want you to miss it. It's going to be May 19th. It's Sunday, May 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern. Family, be sure to go ahead and mark your calendars now because all you need to do is make sure that you're on my email list. If you go to my website, it looks like this on the front page of my website. All you need to do is scroll. As soon as you hit my website, you should see where it talks about Enter Vicki Planet. You just scroll down. And in the middle on the front page, you'll see where it says join our mailing list. All you got to do is make sure that your email is in there. Click to join, and you're good because we're going to be sending out emails to let you know how you can attend this free mastermind course. Now, what I'm talking about today is going to be a part of the subject of what I'm going to be breaking down. Talk back to me, somebody. How many of you all know that there are certain topics that we can't really delve into like we want to because the powers that shouldn't be on some of these different platforms like to censor us and to restrict the truth that we're telling? Talk back to me. Ain't none of us worried about bringing no receipts. They're concerned about the truth coming to you so that we don't have to even deal with that. Family, join my email list so that you do not miss this very limited but very important and intense free mastermind that I'm going to be conducting on Sunday, May 19th. My team, I went on ahead and put it up. They don't even know I'm talking about it now. That's why I said just join my email list because they ain't tripping because they ain't even had time to make the link. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about this today. And I truly won't be long, but I will be strong because I have something I have to get done today here in just a moment. Hey, Vicki, looking absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much, beloved. 'Tis the season, of course, pink and, of course, spring. So, family, I'm telling you now, you want you, your babies, your family, your friends, your loved ones, everybody that you can, you want to tell them, be sure they're on my email list so that you all are able to attend a free mastermind that I'm going to be doing. Baby, I'm going to be breaking down some information that the powers that shouldn't be don't want you to know. This is not the time to be sitting up here playing. Now, for those of you that are tripping about the times that many of you were longing to attend some of my previous mastermind, and some of you were telling me about your bills that you had to pay. Some of you told me that you was on Social Security. Some of you was telling me all kinds of stuff. And of course, I sympathize with all those situations. This is the optimal time to join. Let me tell you something. The ancients said that the people perish for lack of knowledge. So I'm making this available for you this particular time so that you can have specific insight that's going to absolutely shape the literal trajectory of the planet. This is no exaggeration. And I'm going to go into details about the New World Order, and I'm going to be talking about some of them folks in a safer environment to where I can go into detail. So we're going to respect the platforms and stuff. We're going to keep it moving. Talk black to me, somebody. We won't even have to deal with the drama. So you don't want to miss this, okay? The link is at the top. Don't miss this. It's absolutely free. May 19th. All you got to do is make sure that you're on my email list on my website. The link above, the link is my website link. Scroll down on the front page. You will see the section where it says join my email list. If you're on the email list already, you're good. Just be looking out for the notifications for access to my free mastermind. And a little bit of what we're talking about today, I'm going to go further and I'm going to connect some dots, okay? Free Will said, anybody have her magazine? No, get it. Thank you so much for saying that, Free Will. We only have a few left, by the way. So my magazine, this is my second one. This is my actual spring edition. In fact, it's on sale today for a limited time. So you said that right. I made a deal because we had pre-sales done, but the printers ended up giving me a special deal. So I was able to get some after the pre-sale. So those that didn't even get to attend, those that did the pre-sales, those after the fact were able to get some of the hard copies because of the wonderful deal that they gave me. So we made more available for folks after the pre-sale. So yes, this is my second spring edition. This is for the divine feminine in your life. We're going to be talking about manifestation secrets. How many of you all know that women are meant to manifest differently than men? And it's not just for millionaires and billionaires to enjoy luxury. This magazine redefines luxury for the everyday woman. Talk black to me, somebody. How many of you all know just because you ain't a millionaire, billionaire don't mean you get to live it up, honey? But we talk about practical ways that we do that. But this is so yummy, beautiful photos of me. But there's also some pictures on the inside that some of you have not seen yet that you want to definitely get this. More importantly, there are some manifestation prompts. So if you have a beautiful fiance, brothers in your life, if you have a wonderful wife, a girlfriend, your mama, your sister, your auntie, be sure to get it today. You can same link above, go to my website, scroll, you'll see the link for it. And in fact, it's on sale today. You better hurry while you can. Whoever said that, Free Will is the one that said that. Thank you so much for saying it, okay? Enough of the commercials. Now let me get to where I'm going. Let me tell you something. I want you to look at this headline. Now, I probably shouldn't use this initial. I know I'm going there with the New York Times article, but I should show you some of the headlines from the other print publications that's talking about this anti-Semitic bill that your weak Congress just passed. Family, are you listening to me? Your Congress that had overwhelming bipartisan support, but from both the Democrats and Republicans, voted in the House and successfully passed. Of course, it's got to go to the Senate. An anti-Semitic bill. Now, I want y'all to listen to this. I'm just going to give you a little bit of the basics. Listen to what it says. In fact, let me go and let you look at the headline. Y'all know I be doing the most. I be wanting you to see because Vicki don't need to make up nothing. Talk black to me, somebody. Vicki doesn't need to make up anything. What does this headline say? What does this headline say, family? Everybody keep hitting that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. It says, bill to combat anti-Semitism on campus prompts backlash from the right. Now watch this. Before I go there, I'm going to explain something to you. Let me give you just the basics of what's going on, okay? The business bully, that's my buddy. Y'all say shout out to business bully in the chat. That's a legend in the chat. We done level up in the chat. Watch this. Listen to what this says. I'm just giving you the basics, and I'm going somewhere real quick. I'm not gonna go too deep because remember I said this is going to be in part what my free mastermind on May 19th is about. So make sure you're on my email list. As long as you're on my email list at VickiPlanet.com, the link that's pinned above, you're good because they're going to notify you on how you can join for free. Watch this. It says, a bipartisan push in Congress to enact a law cracking down on anti-Semitic speech on college campuses has prompted a backlash from far-right lawmakers and activists who argue it could outlaw Christian biblical teachings. Y'all watch this. That's not the biggest point. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. The House passed the legislation called the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act overwhelmingly on Wednesday, and Senate leaders in both parties are working behind the scenes on Thursday to determine whether it would have enough backing to come to a vote in that chamber. House Republicans rolled the bill out this week as part of their efforts to condemn the pro-Palestinian protests that have surged at university campuses across the country and to put a political squeeze on Democrats who they have accused of tolerating anti-Semitism to please their liberal base. Family, let me tell y'all something. Are y'all listening? Family. Now watch this. Watch this real quick. What I need you to understand from this AP headline, which I'm going to read you just a little bit, but I want you to look at the headlines. Y'all know how I do. What does this headline say? This headline says, House passes bill to expand the definition of anti-Semitism amid growing campus protests over Gaza. Once again, this piece starts by saying that the House passed legislation Wednesday that would establish a broader definition of anti-Semitism for the Department of Education to enforce anti-discrimination laws. The latest response from lawmakers to a nationwide student protest movement over the Israel-Hamas war. The proposal, which passed 320 to 91 and with some bipartisan support, would codify the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance's definition of anti-Semitism in Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, a federal anti-discrimination law that bars discrimination based on shared ancestry, ethnic characteristics, or national origin. It now goes to the Senate, where its fate could be uncertain. Action on the bill was just the latest reverberation in Congress from the protest movement that has swept university campuses. Republicans in Congress have denounced the protests and demanded action to stop them. Now, let me tell y'all something real quick. Those of you who've been rocking with me for many years online, I was doing courses and I was ship shaping and challenging the powers that shouldn't be before I came online. You all know that I have been on the forefront of calling out some of these disparities when I had to call out Nick. I had to call out Jamil Hill. I had to call out too many people that I can name over the years that was submitting to organizations like the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, that's run by Jewish folk. I called out folks that were dogging Minister Farrakhan and so many others because Black folks, listen, have been the number one and main target of these organizations. Now, we know that AIPAC is one of the most powerful organizations in DC, which is an Israeli-backed organization that puts millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars over the years into congresspersons. Shout out to our brother Warren, Warren Muhammad. Now, let me tell y'all something. When other folks wasn't talking about them folks, your sister with the curly braids was talking about them folks. Is that right, family? I showed respect for all the platforms, but I called it out years ago and even recently. How many of y'all know I reminded us of Miss Varney Shore, the former Israeli consul, who in a meeting was recorded saying that the problem with Israel, this was some years ago, before October 7th and the fallout from October 7th, that the problem with Israel were Black American youth. Talk Black to me. My brother Warren said, Sister Vicki been on that. How many of y'all know Jamil Hill, your favorite former fired ESPN? Now, I'm not going to say fired, because she don't like you to say fired, because she technically wasn't fired. Ninja, please. They made it so untenable for her to stay there, she left. The same with Simone Sanders. Remember, Simone Sanders was at the White House. They made it so untenable, she left the White House. She was terrified. I mean, she was traumatized because they didn't make her press secretary, which we knew they weren't. Jamil Hill used a white publication called The Atlantic to attack Minister Farrakhan and call him anti-Semitic. She attacked other high-profile celebrities, but guess who else Jamil Hill attacked? She attacked the Black community as a whole because she basically said that we were a discriminatory group over Jewish folks. Did you hear what I said? How many of y'all remember me going in on Nick Cannon for giving some of their organizations a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of this, that, and the third? We went on an apology tour for a whole year. Because them folks was lying on him. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, share, share, share. I can't even remember all the incidents. But the thing that most folks don't know is that the ADL is an old organization. The ADL was certified. Y'all may not believe me. I have to remind y'all of stuff I've been said a long time ago and fairly recent. I reminded you this. Everybody talking about the ADL now. Everybody else talking about these Jewish organizations now. But when they was attacking folks like Minister Farrakhan, y'all was silent and y'all still silent. You was distancing yourself and you're still distancing yourself. Talk black to me, somebody. The ADL family. Let me see if I can find this one article. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, please. Share, share, share. Thumbs up, share, share, share. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, share, share, share. What does this headline say? This is from the Los Angeles Times from 1993. Yes, yes. Don't play with it. I done talked about this too much. I'm not new to this. I'm true to it. What does this headline say, family? Somebody take a screenshot. What does this headline say? New details of extensive ADL spy operation emerge. Inquiry. Transcripts reveal nearly 40 years of espionage by a man who infiltrated political groups. Well, some of you all don't understand this about this organization. Watch this. To the outside world, Roy Bullock was a small-time art dealer who operated from his house in the Castro district. In reality, he was an undercover spy who picked through garbage and amassed secret files for the Anti-Defamation League for nearly 40 years. His code name at the prominent Jewish organization was Cal, C-A-L. It's Cal. Spying for the ADL for 40 years. Listen. Which I'm trying to skip because I want to get to the main point here. What a lot of folks don't like to acknowledge, they want to talk about the general political organizations that he was spying on. But one of the main targets that he spied on was Black civil rights organizations. Did y'all know that? Did you all know that the Anti-Defamation League was a spy organization that infiltrated these United States of America? One of their main targets was Black civil rights folk. So now everybody and their mama, who does MSNBC and CNN bring? This nut job, this Wally Walnut by the name of Jonathan Greenblatt. Google him. He is a talking head. He's in the leadership of the ADL. Why are they bringing in a foreign infiltrated proven group who's one of these main targets? Yes, they spied on a bunch of other political organizations. We always get into that. But what they don't want to tell you is one of the main organizations that was their greatest concern at one time was Black civil rights organizations and individuals. The hell are they still bringing them they use them to quote stats from? They claim that they have accurate demographers and statisticians, and a lot of the information they put out has been proven to be false, lies, propaganda, and suspect. It's a group that emerged on behalf of a foreign nation that's proven in these United States to be a spy organization, but your MSNBC and CNN and mainstream organizations bring those voices on. They don't care that they screwed over our Black civil rights leaders and were spying on us. Now everybody's trying to cry a river. Now, when Minister Farrakhan was calling them out, and when I was calling them out in mainstream Black grassroots media, well, where was all of these big alternative white media organizations at then? We've been telling you that the FBI, that the police department, that the CIA, and some of these other organizations have been disrespecting and dogging our people. We've been told you that our folks were political prisoners and targets of these organizations. Now y'all want to jump in and say, well, oh, now they attacking us now. They've been attacking us. Where were these white folks at then? This is what I mean when I prophesied to you years ago that they would implode. They're fighting each other now. And a lot of the fighting that they're doing with each other now has everything to do with the fact that you failed to address what they've been doing to us. And it's the same with the ADL. Not everybody is getting upset with these organizations that we've been called out and that America acknowledges has been spied on political civil rights voices. And they're saying that these are the legitimate voices. These are people that has access to Congress. These are people that make a phone call and gets a president of a college fired. This is somebody that gets Muslim mainstream folks that question the Israelis committing genocide in Gaza. If they even ask a question that's not pro-Israel, like Mehdi Hassan, which I don't have no real respect for Mehdi Hassan. But because he kind of sort of a little bit, just a itty bitty pushback a little bit on one of the guests, they canceled his show. And he decided to go ahead and leave. These people, only thing they need to do is make a phone call. You call them out on the lies that they've been saying, the propaganda they've been putting out. And then all of a sudden you say anti-Semitic. And that's why I tell you guys, the devil is a lie. You better not ever fix your lips to tell no foundational Black American baby that we anti-Semitic. Number one, we are Semitic people. Number two, ninja, while we were still under Jim Crow and just up from chattel slavery, we donned the uniform. I'm talking about Black men and women. Women who served, many of them as nurses in World War II. Went over to Germany while we was being lynched and couldn't pee in the same toilet to free you from Hitler. You better watch your mouth. And your ancestors, some of them, and some of the lineage that some of you come from are the ones that's directly responsible for our undoing. We got too many receipts. That's why I tell you that we, foundational Black Americans, are uncheckable. I said we are uncheckable. You can't tell us nothing when it comes down to this oppression in any manner. When it comes to genocide, you can't tell us nothing. Get back to this article. I got to go, family, in just a couple of minutes. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, share. If you're just coming in, be sure to join my email list on my website. The link is in the chat. I'm having a free mastermind. I said I'm having a free mastermind. Let me say it again for the people in the back. I'm having a free mastermind Sunday, May 19th, and I'm going to be talking in detail about some of the same issues here about them folks. And baby, Vicki finna go there, baby. We finna dive deep about the New World Order and the powers that shouldn't be. Shout out to our moderators that's in the chat. Somebody's Cool Keezy, our moderator, said, LOL, my son just typed B1 in the comments. That's right, son. Kisses to your baby, Cool Keezy. Cool Keezy is one of our real Black grassroots conscious rappers. Listen, family. He made a beautiful rap about Talk Black to me. I posted it a long time ago when he put it up. You may need to resend me that, brother, because we may need to refresh the post and put it up again to remind folks that we got an actual rap anthem on this around this piece. Now, family, now I want you to look again at this headline from The New York Times. Remember I said I'm going to give you a little bit more information about the headlines from New York Times? Are y'all hearing me today? You see this woman, that she is a nut, but I agree with her on this issue, and I'm going to tell you why. Y'all see Marjorie Greene? Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene? Listen to what some of the right wing are concerned about them pushing this anti-Semitic language through. Watch this. Now, here, black folks, we're being lynched in America. Here, black folks, we ain't got 1 cent in reparations, but everybody else got it. We don't have a black anti-crime bill, right? We don't have anything specific for black empowerment in these United States of America specific to us. But for foreigners, your Congress folks that's supposed to represent you rushed to push through legislation for people from another, for the interest that has to do with the interest of a people from another country. I told you and reminded you over the years that Israel's governmental consul, former consul, stated in a meeting that the problem with Israel is black youth. Did Congress hold one hearing? Did Congress push through any legislation to say, how dare you target American citizens and say it out loud? Congress did not hold one hearing. Listen. Y'all ready? Why are a handful of right-wing Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene pushing back? Listen. Listen. But in trying to use the issue as a political cudgel against the left, Republicans also called attention to a rift on the right. What is it? Some GOP members said they firmly believe that Jews killed Jesus Christ, and argued that the bill, which includes such claims in its definition of anti-Semitism, would outlaw parts of the Bible. When I came to online spaces and I started intertwining spirituality, religion with politics, Ninja, you can't tell me nothing. I know what I'm born for. See, y'all have to finally catch up. It's not because I'm an ultra super religious person. I'm trying to show you that your enemy uses spirituality and religion to wage war. That's what guides the laws that they create. That's how they codify it based on that disposition. Some of you don't understand when you be sitting up here talking about other religions are demonic, which you are totally ignorant about in many cases. When you sit about, I have done this. I did this in a picture. The photographer was trying to make sure I wasn't awkward with my hands for different poses because he was snapping my picture for poses and stuff. One of you ninjas, several of you on different platforms, wanted to know what was that symbol I was making with my hand as if I was a part of some suspect. If you don't you see how ignorant some of you all are? Shut up if you don't understand the occult. When you don't understand certain things about certain spiritual groups, just shut up. You should hush when you don't know what the hell you talking about. I said the photographer was trying to make sure my hands wasn't awkward. We did a zillion poses. We was just trying to switch it up. And you ninjas acting like Vicki. If you don't sit down somewhere. You ain't even. And here's the thing. This is what I told one of the sisters online. I said, if you know what the symbol I made is, I said, tell the world right now in this comment section what I'm repping with this pose. I'm trying to be cute. I'm not even used to doing photo shoots. The man trying to help me not be weird and awkward. I'm trying to be just flipping and twirling, having fun and stuff. And you ninjas done set up there and attribute a hand signal from Vicki Dillard to something demonic. Ninja, shut up. You don't even understand black magic well enough to even be commenting on it. When you don't know, just hush. Because some of the stuff you commenting on was actually stuff that some of your upright, powerful ancestors practiced that you now call demonic, silly. And in private, the powers that shouldn't be, the reason some of them are so powerful is because in private, they're actually utilizing the very things that belong to us that you call demonic and wonder why you powerless. See, they done sold their soul. They done sold their soul. You don't even know what the symbol is. I'm trying to be cute in the photo shoot. And not that I owed you an explanation anyway. You sit up here talking about some other religion, but the people that's right before your face committing a genocide. And those of you who say you're Christians, you are an offshoot of their religion. Come on today. And those of you that say you have embraced certain levels of Christianity and that these folks are your brothers and sisters in Christ and that you are a part of a New Testament now, which some of you call the New Covenant, because you start to distance yourself from the more provocative stuff that you say are in the Hebrew scriptures. Even you are devils because they were lynching us in the name of Jesus. And that's the reason why in the United States of America, you find that many of the lynchings were conducted by white clergymen on what they call the Lord's Day on a Sunday. And so when they barbecued the body, it wasn't just about some maroon sweet sauce that you put on your ribs. Barbecuing was a way of slow burning, which they were enacting a situation with Moses when he was engaged in altar and a sacrifice, which they were doing for our black bodies. These same people whose religion you embrace, but you said, I'm the real Christian though. You managed to distance yourself from the devilish parts that they embraced. They ate our body parts. They chopped off the phallus of your fathers. And they burned our mothers on a Calvary in Mississippi, in Calvary in Texas, a Calvary in Louisiana. Don't you just talk to me about some obscure Jesus 2,000 years ago that you can't even prove. And then I say to you, what was the name of your auntie that was crucified on the cross? Multiple crosses. They was eating your body parts because they was trying to absorb some of the energy that they believed to be in some of y'all's melanin and who they recognized who we were. You would go into some of the white stores and they had us as souvenirs. And when you look at the picture of their wicked asses, they're there with as a family affair in the name of Jesus, just coming from church. And they're all smiling while we're burning on the cross of Calvary in Mississippi. Don't you talk to me about your Jesus of 2,000 years ago when you don't even know your auntie's names and your uncle's name, who they burned Calvaries here in these United States of America. Why did I bring that up? You still show deference to that religion while saying some other religion is demonic. The hell is wrong with you? That's how I know your mind is possessed. That's how I know that an enemy and a contrary spirit is working in your brain, because you can't even see the hypocrisy in what you believe. I got to get ready to go. You can't even see how devilish and satanic you are because you say, I'm the real Christian. And you can excuse all of that with your funny looking self. So hell yeah, I'm here to make war with some of your religions, and I'm going to stick to the Bible to do it. I'm going to wield your own sword against you. Why did I bring that up? Some of you all think that's a joke. Some of you all think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is a nut by saying that in the legislation, but you missed something that was very important. What did this article from the New York Times say? What did it say? But in trying to use the issue as a political cudgel against the left, Republicans also called attention to a rift on the right. Some GOP members said that they firmly believe that Jews killed Jesus Christ. Hell, everybody that claims to be a Christian supposed to believe that, right? If you embrace the book, you don't have a choice, right? All y'all believe that. That's Easter. It's Easter. It's stuff. And that's Easter. That's Easter. That's Easter. That's Easter. Now, some of you Christians over time, y'all switched it from Easter to Resurrection Sunday because you found out, you said, oh, Easter is a pagan holiday. But you don't even understand that. But Vicki, leave that alone. I ain't finna go down that. All that. I'm finna leave Easter and Ishtar alone today. Y'all ain't ready for that. Because you're going to call that demonic with your ignorant self. Listen. Can't even explain the purpose of rabbits in Easter. So y'all switched it up. Some of y'all leveled up Christians over the past, 20 years. Y'all switched it from Easter, a certain denomination of Christians. Y'all switched it from Easter to Resurrection Sunday. Y'all think y'all switched. Still the same exact thing. Y'all just switched the name because you done leveled up and said, oh, that's pagan. That's pagan. What is pagan, silly? But leave it alone, Vicki. Get off of that, Vicki. You got to join my monthly mastermind for a mere $45 before the price go up. Watch. I don't want you to miss this important part. It says some GOP members firmly believe that Jews killed Jesus. No, it ain't no GOP members, fool. See how they trying to make it just like a GOP thing? No, every person, if you're on the right or left or in the middle, all the Christians supposed to believe that because it's in the book. Watch it. Members of the GOP firmly believe that Jews killed Jesus Christ and argued that the bill, are y'all listening? Which includes such claims in its definition of anti-Semitism. I gotta say that part again because y'all missed it. Vicki is screaming and hollering on this Sunday. Y'all didn't know y'all was gonna get this word today, did you? This sermon today on this Sunday and stuff. Watch. Read it again, Vicki, for the people in the back. GOP members said that they firmly believe that Jews killed Jesus Christ and argued that the bill, listen, which includes such claims in its definition of anti-Semitism, would outlaw parts of the Bible. Y'all didn't catch that. I gotta say it again. The article is much longer, but I gotta keep it real simple for y'all that don't want to go deep on me. GOP members said they firmly believed that the Jews killed Jesus Christ and argued that the bill, which includes such claims in its definition of anti-Semitism, would outlaw parts of the Bible. Do you all know that there are certain sects of white Jews, we should say, that believe that the Bible itself is anti-Semitic because of the Christians that believe what's written in the book that Jews killed Jesus? See, I'm going to break this down in my mastermind May 19th, the free mastermind May 19th. I'm going to break down allegorically a text from the book of Revelation that talks about that there's a certain group that say that they are and are not. I believe that alone. We can't talk about that right here. I'm going to connect it metaphorically, not literally, to what's happening in the United States and why they're targeting Black folks here and its connection geopolitically in Gaza. And I'm going to tell you what we can do about it. You better be sure not to miss it. Free. Somebody put free in the chat. May 19th. Free mastermind I'm doing, where I'm going to go in depth because some stuff I can't say here. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. Watch this. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican of Georgia, says she opposed the bill because it could, quote, convict Christians of anti-Semitism for believing the gospel that says Jesus was handed over to Herod to be crucified by the Jews. That's the actual part of the text in scripture, right? Speaker Mike Johnson and other Republican leaders have sought to capitalize on the campus unrest to unite the GOP. Do you all see how it's the GOP that's overwhelmingly for this anti-Semitism legislation, but it's still enough of the GOP that's against it? I'm going to break down in the mastermind how and why they're fighting against each other. See, some of y'all don't understand. This is what I was telling the Black family for many years. I told you, don't worry about your numbers being small when it's time for us to fight the powers that shouldn't be. Didn't I tell you that? I said, don't sit up here and nitpick with each other to talk about what we can and can't do, what difference we can and can't make. Don't tell me how we're outnumbered. They got more power than us, right? I told you, don't tell me that because you don't have the nuclear codes and because you're not the president or a senator that you're powerless, right? What you don't understand is that when you begin to activate your power, you activate an unseen government, your ancestral team, and also a part of your greater spiritual council that actually affects the council on earth. Some of y'all don't believe that, and I don't care. But I'll be writing stuff. I just be writing stuff for years. But now you're seeing how they're using different types of spirituality and religion in everyday politics. So I know some of y'all think y'all so cute because you think, oh, this ain't nothing about no religion. But you don't even understand how it's used, dummy. I'm going down further in the article. The bill would, for the first time, enshrine. I need you to listen to this part. Listen. The bill would, for the first time, enshrine a definition of anti-Semitism into federal law and instruct the education department to consider it when investigating allegations of discrimination against Jews on college campus. That could, all of your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold, by the way, family. Those that are here and those that are sending me cash apps and PayPals, thank you so much. It says that could lead to federal funds being withheld from colleges or universities that fail to restrict a broad range of statements covered by the definition. Listen, which includes, quote, y'all ready? We're talking about laws. We're not talking about just hypotheticals. Laws are things that you are compelled to follow. It includes, quote, denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination and claiming that Israel's existence is a racist endeavor. The measure had its intended effect in dividing Democrats, which was 70 of them voted no. Mike Lawyer, Republican of New York and the lead sponsor, got in his intended jab, saying on the House floor that some of my colleagues on the left are allowing electoral politics to get in the way of doing what's right. But the bill also splintered the GOP conference with 21 Republicans opposing it. Matt Gaetz, Republican of Florida, called the legislation a ridiculous hate speech bill. On social media, he argued that the gospel itself would meet the definition of anti-Semitism under the terms of the bill. Y'all ain't listening. And included, I know I said this earlier, but I'm driving it home with this next part of the article that's quoting part of the bill, and included a line from the New Testament about the crucifixion of Jesus. Did y'all ever think that would be in legislation? Why y'all think y'all so deep in this religion and spirituality ain't got nothing to do with the laws? You think you so deep. You sound dumb. Quote, the Bible is clear, he added. There is no myth or controversy about this. Watch this. Remember I mentioned the Anti-Defamation League when I started? Watch this next section. The Anti-Defamation League considers the assertion that Jews killed Jesus an anti-Semitic myth that has been used to justify violence against Jews for centuries. In 1965, the Catholic Church said Jews could not be held collectively accountable for the crucifixion of Jesus. And in 2011, Pope Benedict the 16th said in the book, there was no basis in the scripture for the belief that Jews were responsible for the death of Jesus Christ. 2019, former President Donald Trump signed an executive order on combating anti-Semitism that relied on the same definition that appears in the House bill. So y'all sit up here talking about Trump. You ain't hear me tell y'all to run out and vote for Trump. I'm still telling your funny looking self, just don't vote for the Democrats. Just because you're not voting for the Democrats don't mean, dummy, you go out and vote for him. Now, sometimes people are doing that to teach the other side a lesson. But Trump is equally a devil. And Trump's main thing is not because Trump is religious. He don't believe none of that stuff. That's a game for him. He know his base are idiots in the evangelical realm. Trump's main reason Trump is for the genocide of the Gazans, and the reason why Trump is for even this legislation, is because y'all don't know that Trump's son-in-law, who's married to Ivanka, who's a son of a criminal, who actually served time in prison, his dad, for some shady stuff that he legit did, not nobody who was unjustly involved in the justice system. Same with Trump. The hell I look like defending Trump. You ain't gonna never hear me out there defending no white supremacy who get caught up with because of glitch in the criminal justice system and got they funny looking self. Trump is a devil. What I care about him being in the, what? I digress. Trump, y'all forgot when Trump was in office. Who did Trump have as one of his Middle Eastern envoys? I said, who did Trump have as one of his envoys to Israel, and that was responsible for some of the policies that we were implementing? Who was it that got leveled up? Who leveled up their business with some of the Saudis in the Middle East? Y'all don't believe me. Jared Kushner, watch this, let me find this. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all don't believe me. Trump is for the Israeli stuff. Remember when Trump was in office, he's the one that officially changed the capital for Jerusalem, for them Jews, because Netanyahu told his funny looking self to do it. He caused a whole stir in the Middle East when he did that. Trump went against previous Republican and Democratic administrations when he did that. He doesn't care. It's about money and saving resources. In case Trump feel like he need to leave the country, in case Trump know he need to make some money elsewhere, he's keeping those international relationships open. Y'all talking about Trump and deep state. Trump didn't get rid of the deep state. He deep in the deep state, dummy. What's this BBC headline say? I had to look for one of the articles. It's just one. What does this headline say? After leaving the White House, Mr. Kushner's private equity firm received $2 billion investment from Saudi Arabia, or Saudi Arabia's foreign wealth fund. Mr. Kushner worked closely with Saudi Arabia on a number of issues during the Trump administration. I know y'all think y'all so cute because you ain't. What Vicki tell my international stuff up? What that got to do with us? Fool, the world is mine. It ain't got nothing to do with you, so shush. I'll talk about it. I'm the mother of civilization. As long as I'm making black folks issue a priority, what is it to you that I got something to say about what's going on in my planet? Slowness. The world is in the hell of a condition it's in because we ain't running it. I know it's too much for you. So stay where you lay. Jared Kushner denied the investment represented a conflict of interest. Prince Mohammed has been credited with overseeing sweeping economic and social reforms in the kingdom. He's been accused of clamping down on dissent, and U.S. intelligence has said it believes he ordered the 2018 killing of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Some of y'all don't remember that, which the prince denies. The Saudi investment into Mr. Kushner's firm, Affinity Partners, took place after he left the White House. But experts have previously raised ethical questions about the deal, citing his earlier dealings with Saudi Arabia and the former president's veto of bills that would have banned weapons sales to the kingdom during its war in Yemen. Speaking on Tuesday at a Miami summit organized by U.S. outlets Axios, Mr. Kushner dismissed any suggestions that the Saudi investment into his firm was unethical. Y'all better stop being dumb. Trump is all about that life with the Middle East. And for those of you that don't know, the Saudis don't really count as Middle Eastern Arab buddies and allies to Palestinians. No. if you research their history, some will tell you that they are just simply people that were appointed by America's Western allies to that position. Their family was just installed there. And the Saudis were actually working against some of the other true allies of the Palestinian people, like Iran is an ally to them, like the Yemenis. Y'all know the folks that they call the Houthis that's been tearing up America and the Western folks' shipping lanes. They were mocking them at first. Like, who these people think they are? They've been tearing up them ships. They've been messing up the U.S. economy because they control that little slice of land right there where they are in the Yemeni area. They've been targeting those ships. And guess what they said? They said, if you stop murdering Palestinians, we'll stop. They cite international law for their duty to protect them. But some folks don't know that the U.S. government has been waging a genocide against the Yemenis for 10 years. And Obama was one of the ones that helped to authorize some of that prior to. So the Yemenis say, we used to y'all killing us and murdering us. The Yemenis say, well, what do we have to lose? The Yemenis say, we've been watching y'all do what you do for us for years, and we've been leveling up in secret. You mocked us, but we've been tearing your butts up. Some of you may not be keeping up with international news, but the president of Turkey, or Turkiya is the technical name, Mr. Erdogan, his party was up for re-election and he got slaughtered. Guess why Turkey got slaughtered? Because the people in Turkey felt that they weren't doing enough to back the Palestinians. So guess what Erdogan just came out and did? He cut off ties, a lot of the ties to Israel. Y'all better wake up and smell the begonias around this piece. The UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan in some ways are the ones that kind of help Israel on some stuff. They're the ones that's kind of buddy-buddy, because in fact, Israel was getting ready to start making normalizing relationships with Saudi Arabia right before October 7th. Some have speculated that that was one of the reasons why the Hamas said, hell to the no. Y'all not about to do that over in this piece. We're going to blow this mug up. There's also an economic interest on why they did that too with Saudi Arabia, because you don't know that. But your government in America and her Western allies are the ones that's mess making with certain Arab countries over there. You see what I'm saying? And that the Saudis work with the United States and one of the other Arab countries to commit the genocide against the folks in Yemen. You understand? Jared Kushner, as a diplomat for Trump's administration in the Middle East, was over there working them deals. So I'm just trying to get you all to understand how deep this really goes. And so when Trump is accepting Jesus Christ and evangelicals, he's accepting Jesus Christ's money, Jesus Christ. You understand? He's trying to keep them deals with the Saudis intact. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, share. I gotta go. My assistant just came over here reminding me that I gotta go. I'm gonna talk about this and more. You don't want to miss it. My mastermind is that good. Yes, it is. And it's the reason why the powers that shouldn't be tripped out about your sister, but we're not going to use the platforms to go there. We got to do this offline. Somebody say offline. So be sure, for those of you that came in late, I'm doing a free mastermind on Sunday, May 19th. In order for you to attend, make sure that you are part of my email list, because my email list is what's going to notify you on what you need to do so that you can attend for free in the upcoming week. My team going to be sending out information. The link is posted in the chat. All you need to do is click that. You see my website. Scroll down on the front page of my website until you see the section that says join my email list. If you already a part of my email list, you're good. All you need to do is pay attention to when my team sends out the email to tell you to register for the free mastermind. All you need to do is respond to the instructions. You understand? In the mastermind, I'm going to go further on who the true Israel is. how the term Israel, Zionism, and all that is really a metaphor and what you can do about it. One last thing I want to say. Remember, they tripping with the Republicans, some of the Republicans, when they say that they can outlaw scripture and they can attack people for believing that when the scripture says that Jewish people killed Jesus, that legislation could actually mess up people that believe the scriptures. You could actually be in violation, in other words, of that law. If you believe the scripture that said that where Herod said about Herod and the Jews killing Jesus, right? Watch this. I've been keeping up with a lot of stuff for a long time, but I had to go find the receipts on this because some of you all probably don't remember. That's my job, to connect the dots. Yes? Everybody hit that thumbs up button. How many of y'all remember years ago? What year was that? Was it 2005, 6? Hold on. When the movie came out, The Crucifixion. How many of y'all remember Mel Gibson said he finna get ready to make a real good movie about the crucifixion? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Look at this. Y'all remember that? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Look. What does this say? What does that headline say? This is from years ago. This is long before October 7th of 2023. I'm trying to let y'all know they've been plotting this. What it say, family? What it do? What it do? Post-Holocaust and anti-Semitism. This is May 1st, 2006. The Passion of the Christ. That was the name of the movie, right? This piece calls it Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, legitimizing anti-Semitism. Some of y'all said you remember. Remember when Mel Gibson, even though we know that movie is still alive, because to the degree that you believe in any Jesus, whether you believe he was a prophet, he didn't exist, whether you believe he was God's son, whatever you believe about this individual, we know that you can't say he was white. God today, so we know Mel Gibson's movie is flawed in general. But let's just go with that general lie and acceptance that he was blonde hair, blue eye, and stringy hair. Watch. Even Mel Gibson showing in the Passion of the Christ that Jews killed him. Remember, they came for Mel Gibson. They came for white Mel Gibson. They came for the white boy. Remember that? Watch. Who, Vicki? Including the ADL. Many years ago. I'm trying to show y'all this is what they've been believed. The problem was too many of y'all, too many of us, too many Americans wasn't paying attention. We was too busy protecting them folks and calling us out our name when we would say, this is some weird stuff. But this is some weird beliefs. I can't go there online. You got to join my May free mastermind Sunday, May 19th. Because there's a book called The Talmud. But I ain't finna go there right there. Vicki she can't do that online because y'all gonna be saying I'm doing too much. Y'all do that offline. Vicki respect the platform. Somebody say we follow the rules over here. Watch. January 2003. Oh, this when it was. Listen. January 2003, Mel Gibson announced that he intended to make a film that would tell the whole gospel truth about Jesus Christ's crucifixion. Y'all gonna think I'm making this up. Please screenshot this. I'm making it big. Somebody screenshot it so you don't say Vicki's lying with this section. What does that first section say, family? My assistant already came back here, family. I got to go. What does this section say right here at the top, family? Screenshot it because I'm finna read it. What does it say, family? It says in January 2003, when Mel announced that he was going to make it, not when the movie was ready, he intended to make a film telling the whole truth about the gospel of Jesus' crucifixion. The Anti-Defamation League decided to reach out privately to Mel for assurance that the film would not lead to charging Jews who decide anti-Semitism. There were increasing indications that the movie was going to depict Jews in a highly negative way. Despite a number of direct and indirect approaches, Gibson avoided contact with the ADL. When the film was released, it turned out to be a major commercial success. Throughout it, it says Gibson cast the Jews in a very negative light. Family, he utilized the regular smuggler Easter story. He didn't deviate from nothing that the book that all y'all say you believe. They told Mel, because he depicted the movie showing that them folks crucified Jesus, them folks were saying that's anti-Semitism. And the legislation that the House passed has similar language to that. Black family, whether you know it or not, this has to do everything with the disrespect of Black folks in America. When they don't do right by us, you gave us the big fat middle finger. You ain't passed nothing, and we being lynched and crucified every day. You ain't gave us 1 cent for reparations, and we built this joint. So the divine will let the system implode on itself. And you see contradictions within the GOP, contradictions within the Democrats, contradictions left and right between all these different departments. The very systems that was persecuting Black folks and didn't nobody have nothing to say. Now white folks want the FBI gone. Now white folks sitting out here talking about let's demolish the IRS. That's white folks saying all that. That's white folks saying all that. It's white folks talking about how those agencies are corrupt now and they persecute now. Family, know when to stay out the way. That's the same when Ye came out, was calling them folks out. Now you didn't have to defend Ye, but hell, I sure wasn't finna get in the way of of him telling the truth about the parts he was telling the truth about. What I look like getting the, I don't need to defend Ye, but hell, I ain't finna stop the demolition. Shut up. I ain't have nothing to say. God today about that and stuff. I gotta go for real. Y'all, I'm gonna be talking about this and more. You're gonna see the power of what I'm gonna do, an intensive 1 hour strong mastermind stuff that I cannot say online. It's free. So all of you that was tripping because you couldn't attend my highly attended and some of my most in-demand masterminds, like my ancestors webinar, my special webinars, my 911 webinars, even though them 911s was $39 and $49, they was cheap for those. This is free. Sunday, May 19th, you and your whole family. Bring your church people there. Bring your strongest deacon. Bring the evangelist there. Bring the apostle. Bring the prophet there. Bring the teacher. Bring your greatest Christian scholar. Don't tell them what they in for. Cook them a meal on that Sunday. Cook their favorite meal, whatever they like, bring them over. And then throw on the mastermind and put it up on the big screen. And just let me go crazy and scream and holler. And then you can just be absolved of everything. Just put it all on Vicki. I don't care if they talk about me after. People talk about me now. I don't care if they say she's screaming and hollering. I don't care if they call my braids a sew-in. I don't care if they say she too much. Put it all on me, baby. And let me do my magic. I love you so much. You got to understand that we're the new world rulers. And the shift is taking place. Born for this time. And you best believe that there are energies, people that are watching me that can't stand your sister with the curly braids. And it's for more reasons than you know. So those of you that support me by watching, by reposting, by sharing, those of you that give money to support what I do, may you be blessed 1,000-fold. All of those that do that. Because it's up to you, Black family, to make sure that the war chest is fat. And I don't need to beg for nothing. If I'm speaking for your interest, some of you all, when you find out that a lobbyist immediately writes checks for millions of dollars to push a certain narrative, you sit up there and say, see, they wrote that big old check for them. Fool, that's how power works. And they know it's essential to war. And nobody begs them, and nobody sits up there and act like they did something special. But some of you give me $5 and hadn't done that and acting like that's a breakthrough. If that's what you got, of course I bless it. But don't fix your mouth to say nothing about what Vicki doing over in these parts. What's she doing with that money? Whatever I need to do to maintain regular life. If I need to get my nails done with it, if I need to buy medicine with it, if I need to get me a bag of chips, you want me at my best so I can do what I need to do as a gatekeeper on your behalf. That's all you need to know. You can't run your mouth about nothing somebody's doing and you ain't participating and investing in it in a substantive way. Ninja, you in the war. Don't expect no pat on the back. Charm J. Dean said, what is the anti-Semitism? Baby, watch the whole broadcast. Anti-Semitism, beloved, the point is, it ain't. So your question really is good. It doesn't, it's phantom, it's a ghost, it don't exist. That's the point. It's whatever the hell they deem it to be. Because there's an agenda that I can't talk about online. That's what I'm telling you to sign up for what? My free mastermind, May 19th. All you need to do is make sure you're on my email list on my website. My website is pinned right there. All you got to do is click my website link. That's pinned. Scroll down on the first page of my website until the part where you say join my email list. If you're already part of my email list, you're good because you're going to see the email when it comes so that you'll know, my team going to send you instructions on how you can join for free in the upcoming days, okay? My ID, your $50 gift is blessed 1,000-fold. All of you that have gave throughout the day, your gift is blessed. Those of you who give on Cash App and PayPal, your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold. I love you so much. I'm your sister with the curly braids. I got to go. It's our time. It's our time. I'm going to talk about that and more offline because y'all know we follow the rules over here. Vicki Dillard here. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you again.